this. They wore yesterday though, so I'm proud of them. It's a Sac State athletic jersey. So yeah, let's talk about that end. Obviously, I'm going to talk about something that is very important to all of us. I'm here to sell smokeless tobacco. So can I get a raise of hands? How many of you want to buy that? Yeah, that's what I thought. That was my first idea. I figured nobody wanted to buy it anyways. I didn't want to have to try to convince you guys of that. No, but is there anybody here that can think off the top of your head, raise your hand if you do, 2 good reasons to exercise? Or there might be 2 good reasons. Raise your hand if you can think of them off the top of your head. Cool, a couple of you guys. Now, how many of you guys think that you've reached those in your daily lives, those benefits that you're looking for out of that? Okay, cool. Now, how many of you that didn't raise your hand, or anybody actually, how many of you would like to get those health benefits in your life, those 2 that you just thought about? Okay, cool. But now, how many of you feel like you might fight like a lazy or sedentary side that just kind of like has that issue following through in that exercise? Yeah, okay, for sure. A lot of us. All you guys are liars. Yeah, so we're talking about exercise. Can you raise, any of you guys that raised your hand told me that you had a couple of them, just shout them out. Any health benefits that you were thinking of when you raised your hand? Low stress, anything like that? Yeah, okay, you can relieve stress, working out. Any other ones?
Not dying young.
Not dying young. Can lower your standing heart rate, that kind of thing. Losing weight, exactly. Cool. So I'm going to talk about a couple of other reasons why. Now, obviously, my product is not smokeless tobacco. My product that I'm selling you guys today is the Well. You guys have seen it. A couple people, the class maybe like 4 years ago, graduating class voted. I'm going to hand these out. If you can pass it back behind you, please. Now, I could go on talking about all the things that they put into this, which is basically things like rock climbing wall, racquetball, indoor track, intramurals, which includes indoor soccer. What else? They got flag football, bowling, those sorts of things. They have tournaments, speed climbing, and stuff like that. But I'm not going to talk to you guys about that stuff because we're all lazy, right? So you guys can read that. That's why they put that stuff in there. Yeah, basically, what I want to talk to you more about is the reasons why you should exercise and trying to convince that lazy side of you guys to try to maybe get into the Well over there because it's a great resource. And if any of you have gym memberships as it is, you might as well just cancel them because everybody here has already bought into the Well. You already have memberships. You just go in there and you're going to take your thumbprint or your fingerprint and you're going to get in just fine. So technically, if the assignment was just to get everybody to buy into your product, I should get an A, right? So one thing I want to talk to you guys about is how exercise can increase your neurocognition. Neurocognition is basically your ability to understand concepts, embed memory, and recall things and that sort of thing. There was a study done by Chaddock, and actually a bunch of other people that were part of that in the Journal of Neuropsychology, which talked about children in their school days, and they studied children because they're forced to exercise on a daily basis in a lot of countries. And so the study had shown that there was a relationship between low levels of anaerobic activity and low levels of cognition, neurocognition in the classroom. Now that just could be because they're not getting their energy out or something like that. But either way, it's showing that the daily activity, daily exercise is good for you. Another one I want to talk about, another study that was done, this is actually in a book that I'm reading right now called Genome. It has to do with like biology and genetics. Stress, we were talking about it relieving stress, or that having that stress relief capability. Stress and the hormone cortisol are basically synonymous when it comes to our bodies and how it affects it. What cortisol does is it reduces the activity, the number, and the lifetime of your lymphocytes, which are your white blood cells. So basically, you have a lot of stress in your life, your white blood cells are dying faster, they have less activity, and there's less number of them inside of your body at any given time, which will make you more sick. For those of you that know what white blood cells do. And so that's one of the reasons why it would be a good idea to get into the gym as often as you can, is to try to increase your ability to fight off diseases and increase your immune system and whatnot. Another study that was done, which is actually pretty cool, I liked it when I read it because the results actually played to that lazy side that I was talking about, because I definitely fall into that group. Parfit, part of the journey, Parfit's last name, they're part of the British Journal of Medicine. And what they did was they had a group of people do 3 different exercises. One of the exercises was they had to do it underneath their anabolic heart rate, which is like, where you start to feel like you're working hard. They were told to do it below. They were told to do one that was above the anabolic heart rate, and they were told to do one that they just get to decide how hard they want to work. And it turns out that people that felt the best at the end of it were the ones that actually got to decide how hard they wanted to work on the exercise. Not those that were forced into running really, really hard or something like that and gasping for air at the end. You don't necessarily have, and actually they did the worst compared to the ones that had to do it lower. So they felt the worst afterwards. So basically, if you want to feel good when you go to the gym, you don't have to, you don't necessarily have to be screaming or yelling like if you're working out as guys, or or be jamming on the ellipticals and sweating up a storm, that sort of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. You guys might be interested in that. But I think the main kicker for people that are lazy, I'm not trying to pick on you guys, but students in general, is about time. Saving time and money. How many of you here maybe pack a lunch or you bring a lunch to school? Okay, cool. So how much longer do you think it would take to pack like a gym bag with that, like throwing a pair of shorts or something, maybe a minute, 2 minutes or so? Plus, it's going to save you the time of going to the actual gym that you might already have a membership to. You're already on campus, you have to be here anyways. Might as well just stop by at the well and check out what they have to offer. And then money too. It's like, I don't know how much gym memberships are nowadays, but I'm sure they're probably around somewhere 50, or like I guess something like $10 a week or something like that. I know there's things out there that are pretty cheap, but it's not going to be any cheaper on your gas tank or anything else if you've already paid into something and you're going to pay it again to something else. It doesn't really make any sense. So yeah, to kind of go over everything again, exercise obviously has benefits that we're all aware of. It's just about fighting off that lazy side that we all kind of have. That just convinces you not to get out of bed to go to the gym. Now you actually have the school aspect involved. You can get out, you're already thinking about going to class. You can just bring that gym bag with you, and you're already set for your day. And that's it.